The first meeting went even better than I think any of us could have hoped for. And what made it so good, I think, was just everybody trying to make it work and working together. I thought the council officers were excellent. They took us through all the kind of things we needed to know about roads, which was the subject that we were doing, in a very clear, concise and patient way, very understanding. I think really it was just everybody trying to make it work, but I think we'd got to that point because we'd spent the last couple of years working together as a partnership, and I'm not sure that that would have been the case if we hadn't done that. I think one of the things certainly we need to do is sort out how we do all the work, because the partnership isn't just these big structured meetings every so often. Work has to happen outside of that, and we are working on our subgroup structure. So we'll have a subgroup to look at transport issues, a subgroup to look at quality of life issues, and one to manage the management of the whole process and the partnership. And I think once we've got people really involved in that, then we can get on and do the work of the partnership, which is more than just meetings. Some feedback, I think certainly we really could have done with more communication from council, whoever it was. I felt that we as the resident volunteers got left out. I think work was done with the councillors, which is right, big cultural change for them, but also it involved a lot of work for us, and I felt that we were left out. Big words about engagement and involvement, but we weren't engaged with. Something that we'll need to work on and develop is clarity about everybody's roles and working together to achieve the overall aim.
Well, it was much better than I thought it might be. It was a bit more constrained than usual. People were, I think, a bit tense, but we got through the business pretty well, and everyone was quite friendly by the end. I wouldn't say things that didn't work well. There were obviously major problems that everyone's mentioning, like the size of the agenda and the very much more procedure-driven and less relaxed than usual. Well, I thought the actual dealing with the two quite complicated reports on the devolved budget went immensely better than I thought, and people were quite constructive and so on, although obviously they were coming to a subject that they had often not thought about before. I think when it comes to items on the agenda, we need much more lead-in time, and we need to get a better balance, I think, between the things that the council wants us to do and the things that we want to do in the locality, and that's going to take some better balance really. But we're learning.
In our Neighbourhood Partnership meeting, the good thing was we got the papers and information in plenty of time, which I don't think was always the case. So we had time to read them and study them. That went well. It was clearly explained what the Neighbourhood Partnership would be doing or aspiring to do. I would say they were the two things that went really well, but I would say the turnout was good. Okay. And I think that was a big plus, that we had a good turnout, about 60 people I should think, so it was a good turnout. I wouldn't use that venue personally, the Bristol Conference Centre, because it lends itself to them and us as a podium where the councillors and members of the steering committee, and people have told me since then that were sitting in the well of the hall, they really felt a bit overpowered about asking questions. A couple of people did, confident people, but on the whole, that set out of face-to-face didn't work well at that meeting, so I changed that. I tried to put us all on a level level playing field. My own personal thing is that I think it should get more involved with young people and young people's activities, even if that means making a junior neighbourhood partnership. Last year we had a sort of young people's pact meeting, and I thought that went very well. And I do think we need to encourage younger people, because otherwise it's going to be the same people over and over again. So I would like to see ways in which we can attract young people, and as we do have someone from Oasis Brigstow who attends Neighbourhood Partnership, and the police who liaise, I don't think it should be difficult to think of some way of, first of all, getting them interested. I don't think they would want to come to a neighbourhood partnership meeting because it possibly wouldn't mean a great deal to them, but they do have concerns and they do have good ideas, young people, and I'd like to hear more through the neighbourhood partnership.